Hello everyone, this is Earth Archives. Speaking of Nazi Germany's ace Tiger tank, many excellent commanders were born, among which Otto Carius was the #1 ace. Today let's get to know this man and war history. Before the show starts, please subscribe, share, and turn on the little bell. This will help us grow faster. Without further ado, the show begins. Prologue. Otto Carius's name is one that echoes through the annals of World War II history, a name synonymous with courage, skill, and the relentless spirit of a warrior. Born on May 27, 1922, in the quaint town of Zweibrücken, Germany, Carius's early life gave little indication of the battlefield legend he would become. The son of a pharmacist, he had a relatively peaceful upbringing, with dreams of pursuing a career in medicine. However, the winds of war soon swept over Europe, and like many young men of his generation, Carius found himself drawn into the vortex of conflict. Chapter 1. The Early Years. Otto Carius's early years were marked by the simple, quiet life of a small-town boy. His father's pharmacy was a central part of his life, and young Otto often helped out, learning the basics of the trade. This period of his life was unremarkable in many ways, characterized by school, family, and the usual pursuits of a young boy in the 1930s. However, the political climate in Germany was changing rapidly, and as the Nazi regime consolidated power, the country was on a path to war. Carius's initial aspirations were to follow in his father's footsteps and pursue a career in medicine. He enrolled in pharmacy school, but his studies were soon interrupted by the escalating war. In 1940, at the age of 18, Carius was drafted into the Wehrmacht, the unified armed forces of Nazi Germany. His journey from a pharmacy student to one of the most renowned tank commanders in history had begun. Chapter 2. Entering the fray. Carius's entry into the military was not initially glamorous. He started as an infantryman, experiencing the harsh realities of frontline combat. The war was already in full swing, with Germany's blitzkrieg tactics wreaking havoc across Europe. Carius's unit saw action in several key engagements, and he quickly proved himself to be a resourceful and brave soldier. His performance caught the attention of his superiors, and he was selected for officer training. In 1943, Carius was assigned to the 502nd Heavy Tank Battalion, one of the elite units equipped with the formidable Tiger I tank. This transfer marked a turning point in his military career. The Tiger I was a fearsome machine, heavily armored and armed with an 88mm gun that could destroy enemy tanks at long range. However, it required a skilled and daring commander to utilize its full potential, and Carius was just the man for the job. Chapter 3. The Eastern Front. The Eastern Front was where Otto Carius would make his mark. The vast, brutal expanse of the Soviet Union provided a grim backdrop for some of the most ferocious tank battles in history. The harsh winters, treacherous terrain, and relentless Soviet forces created a grueling environment for the German troops. Despite these challenges, Carius's leadership and tactical acumen quickly became evident. One of Carius's most notable engagements occurred during the Battle of Narva in early 1944. The city of Narva, located in Estonia, was a critical point of defense for the German army, and the Soviets launched a massive offensive to capture it. Carius and his Tiger tank were at the forefront of the defense, facing overwhelming odds. Over the course of several days, Carius's unit destroyed numerous Soviet tanks, often engaging multiple targets simultaneously. His ability to read the battlefield, make quick decisions, and execute precise maneuvers was extraordinary. The Soviets eventually withdrew, and Carius's actions were credited with playing a key role in halting their advance. Chapter 4. Tigers in the Mud. The challenges of tank warfare on the Eastern Front went beyond just the enemy. The Tiger I, while formidable, was also prone to mechanical issues, particularly in the harsh conditions of the Soviet Union. Mud, snow, and extreme temperatures took a toll on the tanks, and maintenance was a constant struggle. Carius's memoir, Tigers in the Mud, provides a detailed and candid account of these struggles. He described the frustrations of dealing with breakdowns, the exhaustion of long marches, and the ever-present danger of enemy action. Despite these hardships, Carius maintained a strong bond with his crew. The camaraderie among tank crews was essential for survival, and Carius's leadership style fostered a sense of unity and trust. He was known for his calm demeanor under pressure, his willingness to share the risks, and his deep concern for the welfare of his men. This bond was crucial in the heat of battle, where split-second decisions and coordinated actions could mean the difference between life and death. Chapter 5. Recognition and honors. Otto Carius's exploits did not go unnoticed. His skill and bravery earned him several decorations, including the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross, one of Germany's highest military honors. He was also awarded the Oak Leaves to the Knight's Cross, further recognizing his exceptional leadership and success in combat. These honors were a testament to his effectiveness as a tank commander and his significant contributions to the German war effort. However, Carius's recognition was not just about personal accolades. His successes on the battlefield had a broader impact, bolstering the morale of German troops and serving as a propaganda tool for the Nazi regime. Carius himself was aware of this, and while he took pride in his achievements, he also understood the complex and often grim realities of the war. Chapter 6: The Waning Days of the War. As the war progressed, the situation for Germany grew increasingly dire. The Allied forces were closing in from the west, and the Soviets were advancing relentlessly from the east. Despite the deteriorating situation, Carius and his unit continued to fight with determination. In the final months of the war, they were involved in several desperate rearguard actions, trying to slow the Soviet advance and protect retreating German forces. In April 1945, Carius was wounded and evacuated to a field hospital. By this time, it was clear that Germany's defeat was imminent. The war in Europe ended on May 8, 1945, with the unconditional surrender of German forces. For Carius, the end of the war marked the beginning of a new and challenging chapter in his life. Chapter 7: Captivity and Return to Civilian Life. After the war, Otto Carius was taken prisoner by American forces. He spent several months in various POW camps, where he, like many of his fellow soldiers, had to come to terms with the defeat and the devastation that had engulfed Europe. Carius's experiences during this period were a stark contrast to his days as a celebrated tank commander. The conditions in the camps were harsh, and the uncertainty of the future weighed heavily on him. Upon his release, Carius returned to a Germany that was in ruins. The post-war years were marked by hardship and the daunting task of rebuilding a shattered nation. Despite the challenges, Carius was determined to move forward. He resumed his pharmacy studies, completing his education and obtaining his license. In 1956, he opened his own pharmacy in Hirschweiler-Pettersheim, a small village in the Rhineland-Palatinate region. Chapter 8: A New Beginning. The transition from a war hero to a civilian was not easy, but Otto Carius approached it with the same determination and resilience that had defined his military career. His pharmacy became a focal point of the community, and he took great pride in serving his customers. Carius's approach to his new profession was grounded in the values of service and dedication that he had learned on the battlefield. Carius also became an advocate for veterans, using his own experiences to raise awareness about the challenges they faced. He was involved in various veterans organizations and worked tirelessly to support his fellow former soldiers. His pharmacy even became a place where veterans would gather, sharing their stories and supporting each other. Chapter 9: Writing Tigers in the Mud. In the years following the war, Otto Carius felt a strong need to document his experiences. He wanted to provide an honest account of tank warfare and the realities faced by those who served on the Eastern Front. This led to the publication of his memoir, Tigers in the Mud, which has since become a classic in military literature. The memoir is notable for its candid and unflinching portrayal of war. Carius did not shy away from discussing the brutality and the moral complexities of combat. He also highlighted the bonds formed between soldiers and the moments of humanity that persisted even in the midst of conflict. Tigers in the Mud has been praised for its detailed descriptions, its emotional depth, and its insightful reflections on the nature of war. Chapter 10: Legacy and Reflection. Otto Carius's legacy is multifaceted. As one of the most successful tank commanders of World War II, his military achievements are well documented and celebrated. However, his life story is also one of personal transformation and resilience. From the battlefields of the Eastern Front to the quiet aisles of his pharmacy, Carius demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt and thrive in vastly different circumstances. Carius's reflections on his wartime experiences provide valuable insights into the nature of conflict and the human condition. He often spoke about the importance of remembering the past and learning from it, emphasizing the need for peace and reconciliation. His memoir and his public talks served as a reminder of the cost of war and the enduring impact it has on those who live through it. Epilogue: The Passing of a Legend. Otto Carius passed away on January 24, 2015, at the age of 92. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lives on through his writings, his contributions to veteran advocacy, and the memories of those who knew him. Carius's life was a journey of transformation, from a young pharmacy student to a celebrated tank commander, and finally to a respected community pharmacist and advocate for peace. His story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the complexities of a soldier's life. Otto Carius will be remembered not only for his extraordinary military achievements but also for his humanity, his dedication to service, and his unwavering commitment to his fellow veterans.